Africa is the next big global opportunity, and entrepreneurship is the pathway to Africa's growth. Unfortunately, African SMEs and startups are crippled by a $330 billion funding gap, which results primarily from a perception of risk being much higher than the reality of it. Comes Afrika Startup Lab, an alternative financing platform that aims to bridge the financing gap by leveraging social connection, community, and the African venture ecosystem. Afrika Startup Lab is a one-stop shop where entrepreneurs get discovered, get capital, and where investors get access to vetted investment opportunities, as well as qualitative and quantitative insights that help them see African businesses for what they truly are: real investable opportunities that offer real returns. Think of us like a combination of Twitter, Product Hunt, and Robinhood, specifically for the private African markets. Let's face it, investment has become social. People invest in what they understand and in the people that they trust. In a lot of cases, they simply follow other people's investments. By coupling real business fundamentals with community and social connection, we believe that Afrika Startup Lab will be able to de-risk African businesses, unlock more capital, strengthen the venture ecosystem, thereby unlocking Africa's true economic growth potential with the power of entrepreneurship. Thank you.
U.S. agriculture is a huge greenhouse gas emitter today, but by transitioning to climate-smart practices, U.S. farms could actually become a carbon sink. Axo is on a mission to help make this transition a reality. My name is Claire Perk, and I'm a co-founder of Axo. Our digital platform enables food companies to source sustainable ingredients from climate-smart farms. We solve a key market mismatch for food companies and farmers. On one hand, today, sourcing sustainable ingredients is time and resource intensive for procurement managers at small and medium-sized food companies. They either have to work through legacy distributors that don't share their same sustainable values, or individually call hundreds of farmers to find even one ingredient. On the other hand, farmers are focused on farming, not marketing and sales, so they have a hard time finding the right buyers for their products. Axo solves the market mismatch. We verify and enroll farmers on our platform and match the ingredients the customer needs. We take care of aggregation, traceability, and payment processes, and provide marketing and storytelling material that can be used by the food company to promote their product. We provide transparency to the buyer, unlike legacy distributors who are tight-lipped about where your food comes from, and we focus on regenerative farms, unlike other analogs in this space. Our key advisors include Gabe Brown, who is a known regenerative agriculture expert and starred in the Netflix documentary Kiss the Ground. We're currently raising $150,000 to launch our pilot over the summer. If you want to learn more, follow Axo on LinkedIn or check out our website at axofoods.com.
Hi, judges. My name's Anthony, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Bellpost. Right now, in 2021, our elected officials still rely on corporate lobbyists for a vast majority of their information. And the money shows. Just last year, advocacy groups spent a total of $3.5 billion trying to influence legislation. Congress needs another option, and at Bellpost, we're giving them just that. Our software as a service collects and sifts through hundreds of lobbyist white papers, creating 2D plots that visualize where interest groups stand on a given issue. We're not summarizing each paper exactly, but comparing them to one another in a vector space model. We partner directly with congressional offices who subscribe to our platform under an annual plan, and our hope is that with these analytical tools, they'll be able to give small nonprofit interest groups a fair shake. It's no secret that the federal government is way behind on technology. For GovTech innovators like us, that means there's a fairly low bar to clear. At Bellpost, we're taking existing computational methods and applying them to a market that's never seen them. In other words, K means clustering meets politics. And we're just a team to do it. With a combined 40 years of experience in interest group politics, we have a robust understanding of the field and the problems behind it. The one thing we don't have is time. And that's why we're here asking for your help this summer to continue what we're building in the SNVC program and take us to market. Thank you.
Hello. Chicago Textile's Cooperative is an advanced manufacturing co-op that uses the power of reshoring and collective ownership to build community wealth right here in Chicago. This matters because 40 years of inequality have made our home one of the most segregated cities in the country. And even as Chicago as a whole has seen a resurgence in growth, this prosperity has not been shared. Our answer to this historic injustice can be summed up in 3 words: ownership changes everything. Our model is the Mondragon Co-op of Spain, the largest worker co-op in the world, with 80,000 members and $12 billion in revenue in 2019. Mondragon pioneered a new method of community development by organizing themselves as an ecosystem of co-ops, rather than one shareholder firm. Using this model, Mondragon took the Basque region of Spain from post-war devastation to become one of the innovation capitals of Europe, with more equality than Norway or Sweden. We want to build a similar model for Chicago, and the textile industry is the place to start. Right now, the global industry is fragile due to rising wages in Southeast Asia and improvements in automation. Through deep engagement with the U.S. military through the Campus Hacking for Defense program, we have discovered that the American textile industry is undercapitalized and ripe for disruption, and we plan to use this opportunity for the benefit of our communities. We are launching a pilot co-op that will open a factory on the South Side and serve as a model for Chicago's solidarity economy. Together, we will prove that our city's past does not have to limit its future, and that together we can build a more just and more prosperous tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Tom, and I'm the founder and CEO of Ladderup Housing. As you're aware, the wealth gap in our country continues to increase. Home ownership oftentimes serves as the primary channel for workers to build wealth. However, people living in low-income neighborhoods are less likely to own, even though they have the same desire for ownership as people living elsewhere. Ladderup Housing is a company that removes barriers to ownership for working people living in low-income communities. Barriers to home ownership include upfront capital for renovations, lower absent credit scores, and lack of familiarity with the home buying process. After conducting over 40 industry expert interviews, we learned the solutions for each of these exist. They're just isolated and difficult to put together. Ladderup Housing provides a pathway to home ownership by connecting existing solutions to streamline this process. Further, by targeting mid-sized Midwest cities, we can take advantage of the high quantity of low-cost housing stock to create a sustainable business model, build stronger communities, and provide the maximum financial benefit to our customers. Ladderup Housing will purchase and renovate homes, allow the worker to rent while they build their credit score, and guide them through the home buying process when they are ready. In that first year of home ownership, they will build over $1,000 of equity in their new home and save over $1,000 in housing payments by paying a mortgage that is cheaper than their old rent. Ladderup Housing delivers immediate benefits to its customers while narrowing the wealth gap in the process.
Minority patients have higher morbidity and mortality from chronic diseases. Compared to their Caucasian counterparts, 15 times as many Black and Brown patients believe they would receive better care if their physician were more culturally sensitive. MD Newsline is a health education platform that improves the cultural IQ of physicians with the goal of creating a more equitable healthcare experience for minority patients. We are a dedicated team that has firsthand experience treating patients, financing healthcare innovation, and helping healthcare companies diversify their messaging to minority populations. Numerous studies show that cultural sensitivity education helps address health disparities and improves patient outcomes by empowering providers with valuable resources and knowledge that can help them deliver better care to diverse patients. Today, we have over 10,000 monthly unique visits from providers and are beginning to register physicians to our cultural sensitivity pledge, in which they acknowledge and commit to improving their implicit biases. We are continuing to build upon our current platform and will introduce educational modules and medical education focused on cultural sensitivity over the next 18 months. We have over $600,000 in contracts from pharma companies who are helping amplify their messaging to physicians treating minority patients. We monetize our content via advertising revenue from these companies and seek to increase access and education about how these products can improve quality of life and treatment adherence for patients of color. We are seeking seed financing to complete development and to launch our revamped educational platform, as well as to scale our sales and marketing efforts.
2020 was an exhausting year that many of us are looking forward to leaving far behind in the rearview mirror. What shouldn't be left behind, however, is the incredible momentum surrounding the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as the cultural awakening regarding the historical injustices of the criminal and legal justice system. Of the people being released from prison this year, a staggering 76% will statistically be reincarcerated within the next 5 years. Of that population, roughly a disproportionate 65% of those will belong to the Black or Latinx communities. Mighty Homes is seeking to capitalize on the momentum of the moment, as well as right some of these historical wrongs, namely by building truly affordable housing with real equity building opportunities for the formerly incarcerated population. Furthermore, we will be employing from this population in the building and redevelopment of these properties. By tackling the two main drivers of recidivism, namely housing and job instability, we hope to reduce the recidivism rate for our clients, as well as build the foundation necessary for them to turn the corner and start a new exciting chapter in their lives. And we have the team to do it. Shannon, my co-founder, and I have backgrounds in criminal justice reform and real estate respectively, and our team brings further expertise in finance, strategy, and nonprofit program development. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bacha Meg, co-founder of MNG Hub, the virtual community center. The past year has taught us that communities do better when they're connected, but they increasingly need technology to build that connection due to limited resources and geographical restrictions. Nonprofit community organizations now realize a lot of things that used to be based on geography don't need to be. This is where MNG Hub comes in. We're building the digital extension of nonprofit community organizations, powering their core operation with an all-in-one tool. With an affordable monthly subscription, MNG Hub platform will allow the community organization to house resources and run online programs. Community members, on the other hand, will have a powerful tool to track their goals, as well as gain access to a strong network and mentors to achieve their goals. As a team of all first-generation immigrants, we understand the importance of community support. To bring the solution to market, we have a strong technical and design team who've developed products for Amazon, Salesforce, and even the United Nations. In addition, we have nonprofit marketing and finance experts to build a sustainable business in this market. Guided by our advisor, who's led one of the largest philanthropies, we are ramping up to launch MNG Hub later this year. Please join us to help scale the impacts of community organizations, and let's uplift underserved communities together. Thank you.
NALU is a diversity, equity, and inclusion advisory firm that specializes in employee benefits. I co-founded NALU in 2019 after working as a practicing benefits attorney, consultant, and an in-house compliance leader, where I recognized time and time again that diverse employees were being left behind.
Employers spend billions of dollars a year on their benefits programs, yet women's retirement income is significantly lower than men's, and Black employees receive lower quality health care. Persistent blind spots exist in benefit design and delivery due to a lack of diversity among benefits practitioners. Programs have historically been designed by and for married, financially stable, straight white men. The result? A waste of employer budgets and long-term negative effects for diverse employees.
That's where NALU comes in. We address social determinants of health and wealth head-on by partnering with large employers to evaluate and enhance their benefits designs, delivering more equitable, inclusive, and affordable programs. Our work impacts not only employees and their communities, but also how benefits vendors operate and staff their teams.
We are seeking support with hiring additional staff and covering PR expenses, which will enable us to rapidly expand our reach and capabilities in the large and mid-sized employer space.
Enhancing diversity, equity, and inclusion is everyone's responsibility. In the benefits space, it's our expertise.
Hi, my name is Eamon. I'm the founder of SAEF Legal Aid, a justice technology nonprofit. 2 summers ago, I worked as an intake manager for a free legal advice desk in Chicago. I quickly discovered that we often had to turn away the majority of people that came to us for legal help. This is because they either lacked the documents we needed to help them, or because they misunderstood the legal nature of their personal situation and needed services that our attorneys just lacked the resources to provide. By leveraging technology to more accurately diagnose users' legal problems, SAEF's comprehensive platform connects low-income parents and families with free and affordable legal resources. This is primarily done through substantive referrals that help ensure users are prepared to speak with an attorney on the day they call for help. Since starting this project a little over a year ago, we participated in multiple accelerators, raised over $10,000, and ran a closed launch of the beta version of our diagnostic web app in collaboration with some of the city's largest legal aid providers. Participating in the SNVC has given us the opportunity to refine our business model and go-to-market strategy, and we hope to obtain the resources to start bringing our product to market. Lastly, I am personally committed to working on SAEF full-time after I graduate from the college in the fall. Thanks so much for your time, and we look forward to hearing your questions and feedback.
Hi, my name is Mabel Hsu, and I'm a co-founder of Southside Market. We're a neighborhood market and cafe on the mission to increase healthy food access and business ownership on the south side of Chicago and beyond. Food deserts have been recognized as a serious issue for quite some time, and the many attempts to address this issue fall short by mainly focusing on the supply side. At Southside Market, we address both supply and demand of food access through our community-focused model. One of our key advantages is that we're not another big box grocery store. Our 1,000 square foot lower rent stores can uniquely meet the needs of our Southside communities. Our cafe serves as a gathering space, and our market offers affordable and convenient fresh produce. We're able to turn over this inventory quickly because our tailored product mix and rotating cafe menu. We'll also deliver to key locations such as senior centers and local churches. Both our inbound and outbound services will drive sustained demand to meet the increased local supply of healthy foods. Equally important, our model builds local wealth through employee profit sharing and the option to purchase equity and eventually become a franchise owner. I'm excited to share with you we've selected Chatham as our first location and have already launched a pilot pop-up market in mid-April, engaging in conversation with 60 plus residents and selling over 700 units of produce. As we launch our venture, customer discovery will continue to drive every decision we make. Southside Market is looking for $85K to continue our pop-ups and launch our first market. Please join us in increasing food access and business ownership on the south side of Chicago. Thank you.
Every day, we receive and spread countless germs. We touch our phones, doorknobs, tables, and so on, spreading germs from one surface to another. This is a problem with incredible social and economic costs. Healthcare-acquired infections in long-term care facilities alone result in over $2 billion in costs and tens of thousands of deaths each year. The elderly are the most vulnerable among us, and we need better ways to clean and keep track of cleanliness in these spaces to prevent these from happening. SpotCheck is a tool for visualizing the transmission of germs in order to help long-term care facilities monitor cleanliness and be more efficient. Our system consists of low-cost sensors placed throughout a room, which detect movement, where people have cleaned, and where people have touched surfaces. We aggregate this information using machine learning to recommend which areas are most in need of cleaning at any time, and we display this information directly to staff. This enables cleaning to be reactive, data-driven, and precise. We are currently piloting and co-developing our system at the Oyster Bay Senior Care Center in New York. Our goal is to reduce the rate of healthcare-acquired infections by modernizing how we fight germs. If we can reduce infection rates by just 1% in the US, we will save 1,000 lives and $500 million in costs every year. We hope you'll join us as we work towards that vision.
Hi, my name is TJ Ball, and I'm the founder of Strive. We help for-profits become the mission-driven companies that their employees, consumers, and leadership strive for them to be. We do so by matching individuals and companies with nonprofits based on the resources that they need and mission area alignment. Our business model is simple. We charge companies $10 a month to use our matching system, and then take a small percentage cut of every donation processed through our platform. We also enable individuals and companies to get involved with volunteer efforts and in-kind donations of goods and services. We're operating at the intersection of three main pain points. Firstly, it's hard for nonprofits to get funding from diversified sources and continue to get funding year after year. Second, it's hard for small and medium-sized companies to introduce corporate social responsibility programs and roll them out to their employees. These efforts are costly and take time. Third, it's hard for individuals to really connect with their employers and consumer brands. This is especially true for Gen Z and millennials, our target customers on the consumer-facing end. We're excited to tell you more about Strive during our pitch and look forward to your questions and feedback. Thanks so much.